Hey guys, welcome back to another lore video. Today we are going to be talking about why Mandalorian armors are so different from each other. But before we begin, please be sure to like and subscribe so you never miss a lore video from us. So, Mandalorians, the epic and stoic heroes and warriors of the Star Wars universe, made most famous by their distinctive and powerful armor. But, in case you haven't noticed, no one Mandalorian's armor ever looks like the others. Why is this, and how does it affect the armor overall? Well, the first thing that influenced what armors looked like and how they were manufactured was the clan that the Mandalorian came from. Mandalorians tended to take heavy inspiration from their clans and were very proud of them. As such, each clan usually had a distinctive style for their armor. The Vizsla clan looked different from the Ren clan, and so on. This included their symbology. Symbology often included sacred animals to the clan, as well as what planet they actually came from. It also affected the, perhaps, metal or other resources, but we'll get into that in a little bit. For now, the symbology of the clan just played one of the heaviest parts in its overall design. A good example of this is the Vizsla clan. Most of the time, whenever you see a Vizsla clan member, their armor will have the distinctive 3 horns somewhere on the armor. And in the case of somebody who's supposed to be the clan leader, usually mounted on the helmet. Post this, the other factor that might affect it is the color. Color and crest did relate to the clan, but it was also individual to the Mandalorian. Case in point when Djarin earned the Mudhorn as his personal crest for his own clan, even though he was technically part of the Watch. These were usually earned through achievement and were accumulated over time, adding a distinctive memory to the armor. This also played into the fact of the clan because many times armors were passed down. Even if the armor was reforged by a new individual, the color and crest might still be incorporated into it as a symbol of heritage. One of the last overall available parts that affected it was the fighting style of the Mandalorian. While it is well known that Mandalorians tended to have very certain fighting styles and tended to stick to them, each individual would usually have their own preferences. This is best seen in the differences between how Boba Fett handles his armor and Djarin handles his. Djarin's is almost straight up knight-like armor. It features nothing extra other than the armor itself, which actually appears to be thicker than some other armors that we've seen. It's designed to handle close quarters combat, and outside of the wrist launcher for the whistling birds, contains very little extra technology add-ons. It has sensors, and probably some pressure for space situations, but beyond that is a very basic armor. Boba Fett, on the other hand, has rigged his armor with a variety of extra weapons, from blaster components to the excess flamethrower, which Djarin has as well, most Mandalorians did. But he hooked his up to his jetpack. In addition to this, his jetpack has a full-on rocket launcher on it, as well as having knee-based missile launchers, and I'm pretty sure he has at least a few other blasters mounted on there somewhere. His is really designed around the fact that he didn't want to be dealing with a lot of physical combat, and is just designed to be able to take down a target as quickly and efficiently as possible. These differing styles can be seen in other people and their armors, but this is probably the 2 most dramatic examples of it. And the last things that influenced the Mandalorian's armor were the available resources. While Boba Fett's armor is undoubtedly made from Beskar, it's probably got other components and resources mixed in, as Beskar was not as widely available to the Protectors of Concord Dawn as it would have been to other members on Mandalore. And with time, as the Beskar wears out, he did not have necessarily the resources to fully replace it. Din Djarin, on the other hand, earned a whole bunch of Beskar at the beginning of The Mandalorian, and that is still what is inside his armor. The rarity of the resource itself is why a lot of the times when new members wanted to make new armor, they took in older clan members' armor and reforged it into their own. It is not really known what other resources may have been used to substitute for Beskar, but they would have been inferior and probably dictated also how the Mandalorian fought, wishing to avoid having any pressure placed on those points in the armor. But these are mostly what affected the Mandalorian's style of armor and the way that they looked. So, what did you think? And what would your ideal Mandalorian armor look like? Let me know down in the comments below. And I will see you guys in the next lore video. Bye!